Hello Capricorn, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with this person. Could have been a situationship. Could also be simply that you have exchanged glances and you know there's something special but no one's speaking up. Also, for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I actually don't channel through spirit guides. I never have. And I am able to receive and get messages that I need. The information that I need from my higher intuitive self. I'm often in that state just by default. Only at the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel to provide you with some guidance, with some advice based on this particular reading. Okay. We have here play, selfhood, power, mothering, laughter, opening, synthesis, betrayal, hearth and home. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have inspiration. All right. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. Based on some of these cards, some of you may be experiencing this yourselves because you're sharing this energy. It is almost intermixing. My dear Capricorn, I value this connection that we have. In you, I have found a friend, someone who is vibrant and youthful, brilliant in many ways. There is mischief in your eyes, and you make me want to live life once again. You make me happy. Things are fun. And I want to play. I understand many things have happened in this connection that should not have, and they have changed your opinion and your perspective on what we are and how we should be. I do want something slightly different, at least. Now I see you as somebody who is very guarded, not really needing anyone and wanting to open up, no. It makes me feel intimidated because now I see you as someone who is free and anybody can have you. You can have many suitors. That bothers me because I wanted to be that person. But if you are distant from me today, if you are more guarded than you ever were before, I know it is because I broke your heart. I broke it. The faith and the trust that was once there is no longer there. This is why you are the way that you are now. Once bitten, twice as shy. You are very guarded. You are more independent, self-sufficient, self-reliant. I do feel that there is a sense of power that you have because you have been so independent and so alone. You are tempting, but you are also powerful. You have power over me, and you don't even realize that you do. You make me emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees, and you don't even know that. You don't even have to tempt, and yet you are able to seduce without even trying. And sometimes I have found that you are very strong-minded, strong-willed, and opinionated. And for me, sometimes this is okay, and sometimes it is not. In you, I have found someone who is very beautiful, loving, providing unconditional love, being sweet to those around, providing food, shelter, protection. These are the traits that I see in you and that make me want to be a friend. I want to remain as friends, maybe even something more. But the one thing I don't want is to lose you as a friend. You make me laugh. You know what makes me tick. You make my heart happy. So many things have changed, but a few things have remained the same. It has always been this feeling inside that no matter what happens between us, I always have to have you in my life, even if it is as a friend. I need to have you in my life. And I do want to open up to you now. Talk about things that I've hidden. Talk about things that I have not spoken about before. These are deep down in my heart. I never really exposed you to that. A long while ago, there was peace and harmony in this connection. But now I see there is a lack of peace and harmony. And everything that is in the shadows needs to come out into the light. A truth must be spoken. And balance needs to be attained. There is betrayal. Betrayal in this connection. The betrayal that exists. You thought you knew me. And it turns out now that you never really knew me at all. Everything that has happened. All the truth. All the lies. The trust and faith that you had in me. That has changed. I acted as though I was like a stranger. As if you never really knew me at all. Things have changed. And many things happen in the dark that need to come out into the light. Things need to change. If they do not, we both cannot move on. In you I have found a hearth and home. You are that one person I can talk to. And I feel that you are so loving, so giving. I feel as though you're like family to me. Every time there is any type of dark feelings, you bring light into that. When I'm lost, you guide me home. And when I'm cold emotionally, You're like a warm blanket. This is how I view you. Yes, I do value you. There is a sense of inspiration. You are my sense of inspiration because you are so vibrant, so alive, so brilliant. The world now looks better, sounds better, tastes better, smells better, feels better. Because I have you existing somehow in my life. Oftentimes I live through the memory of what we have shared. I also feel that the world a long time ago, for me, when I was very unhappy, it was very black and white. It was not a happy place. But now, ever since I have met you, my friendship grew. I got to know you better. I feel that this world that was once black and white has now changed and turned into color. And everything is vibrant. I feel more creative. I feel inspiration. The world for me is a happier place because you make my heart happy. Even though I did what I did, which was wrong, I know I've turned you into someone who is very guarded. Someone who will not give a second chance, probably. But no matter what happens, even if you deny me, I still want to be a best friend. Maybe even a confidant. All right, Capricorn. This was a very different spread. So the cards that came out in this spread are different, I mean to say. You do have one card that is the betrayal card, but there's a consequence happening because of it. Selfhood. So somebody's very independent now because somebody betrayed someone in this connection. For some of you, it might be reversed. Roles right may be reversed. Take it as it goes. But with this card being just a single card here, this is almost like the aftermath of something. This person realizes they can't really open up right now. They're trying to, they're thinking about it, but what they really want is not to let go of this connection. It's like a string, or let's talk about a gum, chewing gum. Okay? Take chewing gum, right? You go like this, you go like this. It stretches, doesn't it? Keep stretching, keep stretching. At some point, it will snap, or it will just turn into a fine thread and then just go down limp. So this is a problem here. This person has stretched this entire situation so far that even though there's so much distance between the both of you, they still want some type of a connection, which is friendship at the very least. They don't want to lose the connection. Here we have play and laughter. These two cards I consider in this deck friendship cards. Many of you already know my interpretation of these cards is completely different from what's in the original book. I love these cards. I love what the people did with this deck, but I do interpret them very differently. Now, there's not a lot going on here, but there's a lot of self-reflection and understanding and realizing that, okay, you know, I'm not going to get this person as a lover, but at the very least, I don't want to lose them as a friend. That's the type of feeling this individual is having. And I know many of you, feminine energy, you are going to be saying, if this person likes me so much, why don't they reach out? Why don't they do this? I understand that. The reason why they're not doing it is because they betrayed you. Because they don't know what it's like or how they are going to communicate with you, because they see you now as someone who is very independent. And this by effect, this card creates the feeling of intimidation. So they feel intimidated. That is why they're not reaching out to you. So some of you may wonder, you know, if they like me this much, if they want to be a friend, why don't they just call this, that, and the other? It's not exactly about ego and pride sometimes. It's about being nervous and feeling that, or dreading that feeling of rejection, especially for the masculine energy. Now remember, masculine doesn't have to always be a man. Feminine doesn't always have to be a woman. Both have both energies. Both genders have both energies. All right. It is upsetting, though, whenever the betrayal card comes out. This could be anything. You may have expected them to do something in a certain way, and they did it in another way. They completely lied to you, maybe cheated on you, things like that. It could be anything, but it's betrayal. And the level of betrayal could be from like 1 to 100. It could be any part. So it covers many aspects. All right. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot to see what it is that may have caused this issue in the first place. So something that might have caused this problem. Both of you may have been okay, good together, and then boom, things started to change. This is for the majority of you. 6-8, 68% of you will resonate with what is about to come out. I don't know why that's important for me to get that message, but that's what's happening. 68% of you will probably resonate with this. The rest of you will not. Okay. I got 2 cards here, not just one. Maybe 68 is a special number. It could be. Maybe just 6 and 8, or again 68. Now we have here Awakening and 10 of Arrows, and we have Balance. So this particular deck I do read in the reverse. And yes, I will be reading from the book. One individual was upset that I was reading from the book, but I don't have everything memorized because I have the brain of a human. So we have here this particular card, Awakening. Traditionally, it talks about creativity, success, fertility, and optimism, but we're reading the reverse. So now this has the energy of a lack of creativity, a lack of success and wanting to achieve, the feeling of being infertile, or a lack of prosperity and growth, and not feeling optimistic at all. Here it talks about a lack of optimism, of opportunities, not wanting to have an emotional awakening, blocking the feelings of love and sexuality. Here, there's an unwillingness to there's an unwillingness to accept affection. So this person, you may have offered them, or you may have been there for them, yet they were still, at the time, they were not accepting what it is that you were giving to them. Problems with children, it says. This could be, instead of children, it could be, yes, this person had a problem with their own children, or with your children, or with having a family with you. Now, it could also be, if not children, it could be other people around you. They may have had problems with people around you, with your family, with your friends, but whatever it talks about, it's a human or humans that they had an issue with. That was actually a problem for them. And because of this, they were creatively blocking themselves from you, but they were also being creatively blocked by external and internal forces. Because of this, there was a refusal to grow. Now, creatively being blocked also by external or internal forces. Internal is what this person thinks on their own, through their own experiences, right? But external is from other people. So that could be the issue here, where you have the problems with either children or family or friends. They were maybe filling up this person's head. Children doesn't have to be little, right? Children could be 50, 60, right? Parent is 80. So things like that. Yeah, because I've had cases where I've done readings for people and they're like, the man is like 70 years old and he's dating a woman like probably in her 60s. And then we have like a 40-year-old daughter or 50-year-old daughter, and she's complaining that, oh, this woman's not good enough for you, Dad. She's going to take all your money. She's going to do this and that. Sometimes that is true, but not all the time, right? So that can also be what they call children. That's just children, but it's not typically a child, a young child. Okay. Here we also have 10 of Arrows. 10 of Arrows. So we're reading this in the reverse. A lack of understanding and a lack of wisdom. There's a lack of perfect emotional wisdom that should have been gained through experience, but it was not. The difficult situation that had occurred seems to still be lingering on the inside. At the time, they did not want to share knowledge with anyone else. They knew about certain things, Capricorn, but they kept to themselves. This is probably why you had the opening card too, because they want to open up, and the synthesis card. More needs to be considered before completely understanding a situation. Overwhelmed by too much information and getting lost in the details. So here, there's a situation where this individual may have received too much information, either, and it doesn't have to be information, it could be a feeling, an overwhelming feeling. But usually when the information is given to an individual, if it's too much, like if somebody just tells them their life story and they have all this drama in their life and they're going through a bunch of things. I mean, I have done lots of readings, and it is quite sad that when two people get together, one person's really a go-getter, you know, they really want to make this work, and the other person is trying, but their family or their friends or their life circumstances just doesn't allow it. I've seen this happen through the ages of 40 to around 70. My clients are from all over the world, and they're from many ages. And I love you all. So people go through a lot of things, and what's sad here, what I'm seeing, is with the 10 of Arrows, somebody here was overwhelmed with too much information. So it could be that someone says, hey, I'm pregnant. And then, whoa, that's not what I was expecting. Something here happened. It could literally just be a paragraph. You know, somebody may have said like, hey, how are you? And somebody ends up saying, you know, you haven't reached out to me in months. This is all that happened in my life. Where the hell have you been? But the details that an individual writes back to a person, usually the feminine that writes back to a masculine, it ends up being too much information. So try to keep it short, concise, to the point. Try to be very logical about it. If somebody writes to you 5 words, literally maximum write 10. Don't go beyond that. It may take time. It may take days to have this silly conversation because you're literally writing 5 words at a time. I've been there. So you have to take it at the pace that the other person is comfortable with too. There's no reason to rush it. What's the use of rushing it and then you just don't even know where you stand? That's you just trying to force the situation. It's unfortunate because I know what you want and I also know what the other person wants. But the pace has to be the same. Otherwise, one will go very, very far, and they'll still be waiting for the other person to catch up. Now, with the 10 of Arrows, this does talk about getting lost in the details. So there is a reason here, Capricorn, why this person they did certain things, but they truly did get lost in the details of whatever was going on here. They didn't get the point. You might have literally had an argument or some type of discussion that, you know, why aren't you getting the point? This is the issue. This is the point. However, the first few times that information was delivered, this person got confused. So let's just put it that way. Now we have here balance. Okay. Balance here talks about, now I'm going to be reading the reverse, right? So it's a lack of harmony, a lack of self-control, and a lack of equilibrium. Here it talks about a lack of integration and moderation, not being able to find the balance between two opposites, a lack of union between the conscious and the unconscious aspects of the psyche, a sense of imbalance, discomfort, inability to find peace within oneself or others, a lack of inspiration. Now, remember guys, look at that. This is the inspiration card, right? So before there was a lack of inspiration. And the first deck that I put out, that is current. This is all in the past. So you did have inspiration now, but before you did not. Okay. Here it also talks about simple discomfort, not feeling comfortable about the situation, not feeling right, knowing that there's an imbalance in this connection. And when it says here, inability to find peace within or with others, that is a big issue. You have to love yourself, know what love is, know what compassion is and forgiveness in order to be with another human being. Trust, respect, understanding. This person, they couldn't find peace within themselves. So this was a them problem. This was not a you problem. Just try to get that. This was something that they were already dealing with. They had a lot of other issues. And you were basically the victim of the issues that they were going through. Most often, people don't talk about their problems because they don't want to scare off the person. I personally believe that people should talk, but I noticed that never works. If you talk and you complain, the other person will think, oh, they're always complaining, they're not fun, they don't feel that you're interesting enough. That's the way life is these days. But if you've been in a very long-term committed, connection, people love each other to bits and they want to know what's wrong. There's many varieties of people out there, right? So you have to be very careful what you have said versus what this person can handle, because that balance is not there. It's almost as if this person didn't have things settled in their own life, and when you spoke, their mind just kind of went blank. It was like short-circuited. Like too much voltage was put in and boom. Like they just got zapped. And then all of that information just kind of like went poof. Then they had to restart their system. And now they're restarting, but now they want to restart fresh. Let's just be friends. Let's see where this goes. All right, we have here, okay, and you just fell right out. We have here the Knight of Wands, and this is the Beginner's Tarot deck. I'm going to be looking at any actions, any plans, any intentions this person has towards you. Okay, guess what do we have here? And we have this one. And we have this one. Interesting. Some nice cards here, guys. You remember you had selfhood in the beginning? Yeah, because I kept talking about it, selfhood. Let's see where you are. There you are. Selfhood. I'm just going to put this right to the side. Selfhood and Nine of Pentacles for me is the same. So this person does see you as somebody who is, you have this aura that just like, it oozes from you. It's like single and ready to mingle. It doesn't mean that you are ready to mingle, but it makes it seem as if you are so approachable. The other rest of the world just wants you. That's what actually bothers this person. They don't like it. You know why? Because they want you. And boy, oh boy, do they ever. Look at this. You got the Knight of Wands, you got the Ace of Cups, you got the Six of Pentacles, and oh, look who's coming back. Knight of Cups. Why? Because they see you as somebody who is available, but they don't want anybody to have you. Remember, guys, this is a general love reading, although, fingers crossed, I do hope this works out for you. Knight of Wands, this person is sometimes very aggressive. Yes, even passionately, they can be a bit aggressive. Oh my, okay. Eeks. I don't want to say that out loud. Okay, someone out there likes it, you know, rough. Okay, so this person's really wanting you, and they are rushing back into your life. My God, that word was just right in my face, right in my face. Okay, we have here Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands here is this individual who is actually impulsive. They are impulsive. They're very passionate. They act as though they may be in their like early 30s or late 20s. Like they're very youthful. They're not too immature, but they're not very experienced and mature either. Now you do have two personalities, but the two of them are still here. Knights. They're both knights. This person's not a king. Their mental capacity, their wisdom, their wit is not of that. So this person literally could be 60, 70, 80, but their behavior is like this. And let me tell you, the way the soul works in a human being, roughly from the age of 25, 26 up to 30, that is the identity of the soul itself. That is what it looks like. Even if you are 90, on the inside you'll still feel at that prime when you once were. It's a strange concept, but you don't actually feel old. Your body feels old, but your inside just looks like you're the same. You'll joke around the same, you talk the same, your ideas are the same. Yes, you gain a little bit of wisdom, but not everybody does as they get older. Here we also have, with the passion, they are a little bit aggressive in the sense that they take action first and think later. But this is passion, so this is not bad because you also have the Ace of Cups. If you just had this card, which is the Knight of Wands, people call this a player card. Sure, it is a player card, but if you have the Ace of Cups next to it, which is love and forgiveness and compassion, that is no longer a player. That is somebody that simply wants you and wants to be intimate with you because they are so into you. We have here with the Ace of Cups, this person is going to rush back into your life passionately. Try to ask for some forgiveness. Express themselves to you. They're going to tell you that they do have feelings for you. They do have love for you. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that they are... Okay, I take that back. No, they are falling in love. They are not... They love you. But they haven't realized that they're going to easily, and they already are falling in love. It's like a roller coaster, and they're just about to go down. And that's going to happen. They're going to fall. We have also here the Six of Pentacles. So this person has made a decision what they want. They do want you. And the beautiful Knight of Cups. This indicates somebody that is probably from your past, who you've had a romantic connection with or an interest. And they had gone away for a while. And this card indicates that that same person is about to return. A return from the past of a flame, of a flame that had gone. What are they called? Like an ex. Sometimes it could be an ex too. But somebody from your past. That's a word. Old flame. There you go. I was looking for that word. So yeah, this is an old flame. Somebody that actually you were with and they are coming back into your life. This could be literally the person we're talking about right now. Now we also have here the Nine of Pentacles. Again, just like the Selfhood card. This person sees you as somebody who is very prosperous. You can make your own money. You can take care of yourself. You are very studious, industrious, and you give this, like, you exude this kind of aura that you don't really need anybody. You're good enough on your own. And that's something that people find intimidating. And because then they don't know what to do. They don't know what to give you. They don't know how to act around you, because you're just like the best thing in the world. So how can they please the best thing in the world? Because you already have everything. They have difficulties here. But this person really does love you, and they do want to come back into your life. And I see that here. Gosh, do you have action cards? Yes, you do. This is an action card for them thinking on their own. This is in their own mind. But this is a physical card. That is a physical card. That's a physical card. They are going to rush into your life. They are going to talk and tell you how they feel. And they're going to also have the love aspect too. So there's love. There's physical intimacy too. Really nice. Just keep in mind that if this person is not a king, you don't have to worry about that yet. Take things slow eventually, from a page to a knight to a king. People change, they evolve. So don't expect this person to immediately make promises or, you know, buy you a house or buy you a car or buy you jewelry. No. This person cannot do that because they're not in that state of mind to do that. Maybe they're not even financially. So take it slow with this person, simply because they need to change slowly from a knight to a king. The king is just somebody who's more responsible, who knows what he wants, right? And when I say he, it can be masculine or feminine energy. But it's somebody who knows what they want. And they're not afraid to do it. And they're not afraid to commit. So here we have somebody that's almost there, but just not there yet. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. Okay, we have Capricorn here. Let's see. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. If you believe, it's up to you. So this reading just split into two realities, I guess you could say. Not two timelines, but different realities. So some of you are going to want to be with this person, and some of you will not want to be, because it's just not working out for you. Some of you feel it's going very slow, and I can tell you this is going to be slow, because the first cards that came out were also friendship cards. So it's not a bad thing, though, because friendship is truly a wonderful basis. And if this person's coming back as a Knight of Cups, that's really sweet. That is also very, like, you know, you got the Knight of Wands as well. So it's not a bad combination, actually. The only thing is it might take a little bit of time, because they want to grow in the connection, which is really good. You want someone to grow. You don't just want somebody to be with you, use you, and then they never even knew who you were. You want somebody to actually know you as a friend. And from there, positive relationships start. Not bad here. If you believe, it will be up to you to make a decision on whether you want to be with this person or not. Everything will happen in divine timing when this individual and yourself, when you will be ready. What part of you will be ready? The part of you that is your mind, body, spirit, and soul, it's all aligned. Your spiritual, physical, and emotional self will be aligned. Not just you, but them as well. That's when things will start to take off. That's when the timing will be perfect. And for that, it's going to take some time, because some of you are hurting too. We also have here a timeline within the next few weeks. This could be next few months. They're saying here, perfect timing within the next few weeks or months. This is going to turn out for you. You're going to still have big, happy changes. Yay. Very good. However, they are saying reconsider an opportunity. So, it's up to you, meaning you have a choice, okay? Somebody is going to come into your life. So reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do regarding this person. And also reconsider what type of action or decision you are going to make in regards to an opportunity. There's no need to worry. There will be big, happy changes in the coming future. Now let me tell you something. That's hilarious. I'm talking about him right now. My nephew. I love him. He's 23, visiting me right now. So he's Indian, and they're thinking about, I mean, he's like all over the place. It doesn't matter to him what race he starts dating. But his parents, being a typical Indian from India, they were thinking of getting him a girl who is like more of an arranged marriage. But these days, arranged marriages are not in other countries. It's not the same like it used to be. You don't just meet and then get married the next day. Over here, the parents introduce you. You see what it's like, maybe for a year, maybe even 2 years. And then afterwards, you can decide on it. So more of it nowadays, it's like an introduction. But I'm telling you here, this is an issue. Because this is what literally yesterday I was talking to him about this. He's getting an opportunity to talk to someone. However, just because of the label of it being an arranged marriage or an arranged union, that just disgusts him. And so he doesn't even want to give the lady the time of day. Now, of course, he's young, right? And experienced. You can still meet, because I've done many readings for people that have had arranged marriages, you can still meet somebody, a soulmate, a twin flame, even a karmic partner, through an arranged marriage even. Why? Because it was set out even before you came into this world. Written by the celestial beings. How are you going to meet such and such person versus this person? Where are you going to meet them? How are you going to meet them? There's always a mode or a way how you're supposed to meet someone. So I'm just telling my people on the, I guess you could say Asians, South Asians, right? People that are into this whole culture of arranged marriage, because your parents are probably into that. If you receive an opportunity regarding an individual, take the opportunity and at least get to know the person, but do not dismiss them immediately just because your people are trying to hook you both up, basically. So I just wanted to share this because I know a lot of my clients, you guys are all from all over the world. But this is an opportunity. You are going to receive an opportunity. It also goes for people that have friends, for example, in most Western countries, or even in other countries all around the world. If a friend introduces somebody to you, you may think, oh no, they're just setting me up with this person. No, take the opportunity. An opportunity is given to you, and you'll never know until you try. So if you do get that, look into it. If you don't like it, at least you know that you tried. But if you dismiss it, you'll never even know until you try. Some people are great, and some people just don't resonate with us. But you won't know that because you haven't spoken to the person. So here you have two things happening. The person that you're with here, it's still going to work out, but it's going to take a very long time for that to work out because you're still at the stage of friendship and slightly more. However, we have this here where it's up to you that you will be having to reconsider anything that you have said, anything that you've done, any type of actions you're going to take. And you're going to reconsider based on an opportunity that's going to be given to you. Opportunities are not just handed out like that. It's according to karma. You do good, you get good. And like they said, there's no need to worry. There's going to be changes. They're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it. So yes, I don't restrict my nephew or do anything. I'm like, okay, just find a girl. That's all I want. We just don't want him to not settle. But it's not right now, not at this age. He can settle like 10, like at any point in his life, like 10 years from now. It doesn't matter. He's very young. But the fact that he needs to look for someone, maybe start dating, meeting girls, things like that, right? Being an aunt, obviously, you guys know what it's like. You want to take care of your nephews and your nieces because they're like your kids. So I really wanted him to just have that opportunity and just, be open-minded. Check it out. The ages nowadays and internet truly has changed everything. People have changed. Generations have changed. the way we communicate has changed. So we do get many opportunities. And if you get someone where you've always had this image that, no, this is not the right way of doing things, try to rethink that, because that could be the way where, remember, you had the card reconsider, right? So reconsider what you've been doing. Try to do something a little different. If you receive an opportunity, try to take it, because it could be that that's the one opportunity that truly is meant for you. And that's why it was dropped on your lap at your doorstep. That's what happens. There's a saying in India. Oh, it's such a strange saying in Hindi though, but I don't even know how to translate properly. But it's like a nice platter of abundance or food is given to you, dropped at your door, but then when you open the door, you kick it away, right? I know a lot of my Indian folks will know this. But that's something that sometimes we do. We have an opportunity knocking at our door, and we literally just close it, and we're like, nope. So if you have a typical person that you like, the kind of person that you like, try something a little different. Because most likely, what you try that's different usually works out for you. Because if you have been looking and dating the same type of character, most likely you will get the same type of result. Because people that look alike in ancient Chinese face reading, they do have similar characteristics and traits. That's just the way it is. That's the way humans are. That's the way we're designed. And if you meet the same type of people over and over again, and you're wondering why isn't the result changing, it is because your approach is different. So like it said, try another opportunity. Whatever comes, give it a try. You don't have to stay with it. But reconsider any type of decision you're going to make, because what you're doing sometimes is repetitive. And it's clear to me with some of my clients that some people don't actually learn from what we call mistakes. Sometimes I don't call them a mistake, I call them an experience. It's an experience you have, and now you know what you want and what you don't want. But keep that in mind for the next time. I've spoken enough. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situation. I am taking on readings still. These are the private readings that I have. This is a written report reading. And you can always go to my website, www.asnointia.com, have a look at it. And if you like what you see, you can definitely place an order. All right, Capricorn. You all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again. Bye now.